Welcome, everyone. My name is Nick Hershey. I am the president of the Mortgage Calculator. We are a non-delegated correspondent lender that operates quite a bit differently than any other company out there. So I'd like to thank you all for joining us today so we can go through a little bit about what makes us different. We also have our co-host today, Kyle Hershey, our COO, and Jose Gonzalez, our sales manager. After I go over what makes us different, Kyle will actually show a live demo of some of the software that makes us special. And then Jose will wrap it up. We'll talk a little bit more about what his 27 years of experience brings, a little bit less about technology and more about bringing it all together. So let me go ahead and start with sharing my screen. And for most of you, hopefully this page is familiar. Most of you have probably joined from this page, so you checked it out. I just like to go through it line by line, just talk a little bit more about what we mean. So what really makes us different and what we're all about here is leads, training, and software is really how it all gets executed. So we are a little different. Myself and Kyle, we come from a technology and marketing background. We have almost 20 years of experience of building different websites and platforms and online marketing and advertising. So we go about things quite a bit differently. So everything you're about to see is what we've built for us with our in-house programmers, myself, Kyle, and our full-time programming staff. So it's very different than what you're probably used to. Everything you're about to see, we've built for us, by us, every single line of code of what you're about to see. So it's a little bit different than what most companies do there. So the software is very important for us. And of course, our philosophy is a little bit different as well. So our philosophy here, a little bit about it. We're a non-delegated correspondent, and we want to make sure we give you guys all the tools to scale your business exponentially and instantly, basically. So everything you're about to see is all at the click of a button. So if you guys join today after the call, you'll see all you have to do is sign up. As soon as the NMLS approves you, Kyle clicks a button, you get your website instantly. You get absolutely everything that you're about to see instantly. So that's what we mean about scaling up instantly, right? We don't need to take business from you guys. We want to give you the power and the systems to build new business. So every other mortgage, brokerage, and lender out there that you guys can hang your license with is great. They all can do loans just like we can. We all pretty much have access to similar products and services. But what makes us different is we want to add to your guys's bottom line by filling you guys with leads, filling you guys with the systems to build new business rather than just relying on you guys bringing us your current business, right? So a little bit different philosophy there for us. Now, let me go through line by line on the bullet points here and explain a little bit more of the details. So we are non-delegated correspondent with over 112 total lenders and investors. So what that means for us is it's the best business model because we can do both. Non-delegated correspondent, we can offer both broker and correspondent loans for our borrowers. So we built this model at an FDIC bank, as a large brokerage, as a non-del branch and a delegated branch, all the different business models. And we found through all of that the best model that fits what we do, which is very customer centric, is the non-delegated correspondent. Because at the end of the day, no matter which one of those 112 lenders or investors that want to take the deal or have the best terms for the deal, we want to make sure our borrower gets the best terms. So we don't force you guys to be just broker or force you guys to just be non-del. We want to make sure our customer always gets the best deal, no matter what channel that is. However, we do prefer correspondent because correspondent pricing always, without question, beats broker pricing. So remember, when we fund loans with our own money and we do loans with our underwriting and our processes in-house, we have all the same lenders and investors that we did when we were a broker, but every single rate sheet is better because we're funding loans with our own money. So taking a little bit of the mystique out of it for you guys. Hopefully, if you're coming from the broker world, we have the same programs, the same lenders, the same portals even typically, but better pricing, just straight up because we're using our own money. So when we do have a correspondent outlet that has a program that fits our borrower, that's always going to be the best. But if a broker outlet has a program that for some reason our 32 correspondent outlets don't have, no problem. We make sure our borrower always gets the best deal. So for our correspondent outlets, we have over 5,000 loan programs with those 32 investors I just mentioned. And if something doesn't fit or doesn't quite have the best price, no problem. You guys can use any of our 80 wholesale lenders for those specialty loans. And we have every loan program imaginable. Kyle will go through this later as well, but VA, USDA, FHA, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, CDFI, non-QM, commercial, DSCR, mixed use, SBA, thousands of loan programs. Any loan program you've ever heard of, we have access to it. Or if for some reason we don't, just throw it up on our site and we'll sign up for it as quick as possible. Now, how do we make all this happen? That comes with the software. So again, we built every line of code for what you're about to see. So it's custom to us, for us, by us. So it's fully integrated POS, CRM, LOS. And what that really means for you guys, it's one login for you, one login for your customer. So again, the bullet points here, built for us, by us, one login for you, one login for your customer, no thousands of logins for you, no thousands of logins for your customer. Every loan goes through the same exact flow, no matter what investor we use or what wholesale lender we use. So our prospects can instantly flow from just a simple name, email, phone number on our website to instantly getting live rates on our website on their own without you lifting a finger, to completing their 1003 on our website without you lifting a finger, to pulling their own credit, importing liabilities, all imported into Encompass, waiting for you without you lifting a finger. So everything is automatic and instant. And how do we do that? That's with our API integration. So many of you probably know what that means, but that's really the behind the scenes of what makes this happen. We still use all the great tools you guys are used to. We still use Encompass. Maybe not so many people think that's great, but for correspondent, that's the only option, right? So your guys' portion, the loan officer portion is more of the front end. Remember, on the back end, Encompass does a lot of stuff that lenders have to have. So really no option there, but we make it where you guys never have to log into Encompass. You simply use our CRM. We have all the couple pages of Encompass you need, couple tools you need, and you're good to go. Same thing with Optimal Blue. You don't need to log in for Optimal Blue, but the same great Optimal Blue pricing engine that everybody uses. We just click it on a button through the CRM, never need to log in or do anything. Same thing with credit. Same thing with account check for VOA, VOI, all that kind of great stuff. Appraisal works for all our appraisers. 5 AMCs are just one click of a button. You don't need 5 logins, don't need any logins, just click a button. So we have Google AI integrated. All these different pieces are all integrated into the system. So you don't need any logins for any of this stuff. You simply click a button. And of course, to top it all off, we have our development staff full time. They didn't just build this and leave, right? There are in-house development. We can request new features anytime. So there's actually a link on our community where people throw up different ideas for features or anything else that needs to get added or fixed, any bugs, anything like that. We will fix it right away. It's for you guys by our team. Now we are remote based, so we want to make sure that we have all the great training and stuff that we found was lacking in a lot of the different business models, but always remote based and just a click away. So our remote training center is more of like a classroom. That's courses. So you can go anytime, day, night, weekends, whatever, jump in there anytime, go ahead and take some different courses. You can jump into our live MLO trainings 5 days a week. So these are our private webinars that are just for our company. So Kyle will talk a little bit more about the next steps and you guys can check those out. We have our live mortgage rates podcast 5 days per week. We just got off that earlier today where we go over different products, talk to customers, talk to you guys, give you guys tips and tricks. And we have our live loan officer training, which is a real deep dive into actually how to structure loans. And we do that public as well. You guys can check that out until you join. And even once you join, it's a great resource for us to go over every week. We also have our live Zoom support. You can pop in there during business hours and get help. Our Zoom people, remember, we're not in an office, we're remote, but we want to get face-to-face. So that means Zoom, where we can take over your screen, click the button you need to click, or show you what button you need to click to get you unstuck. And to top it all off, we have all of our resources in our knowledge center. So that's thousands of articles and videos from us, of course, for different tips, tricks, and guides, but also our partners. So our 100+ lenders and investors that we have, they all have different webinars and guides and matrices and all kinds of things. So thousands of articles, just one search away, you can find anything that you need there. Now, the last part here are some bullets that kind of don't fit under the headings there, but very important for us. Myself personally, I love working with investors. So the ability to close Dscr business purpose loans in 44 states. We've had our lawyers issue a memo that tells us where we can and can't do loans, and we can do loans in 44 states without necessarily being licensed in those states. So that's a great opportunity to expand your footprint and actually grow your business without actually having to get new licenses necessarily. So great opportunity there. We do a ton of Dscr loans, so that was very important for us as we set up our company. We have a ton of different lead sources. Kyle will show you all the different places they come in, but we want to make it simple for you guys, 50-50 split. If we get a lead, no matter where you get it from, there's tons of different ways. It's a simple 50-50 split with the company. So we try to make that simple for you guys. And another great opportunity is to refer deals to senior LOs. So anytime you can't do a deal, whether your licensing doesn't fit, whether maybe it's your spouse and you have a conflict of interest and you can't quite do the deal, you can refer a deal to a senior LO that's licensed in that state or doesn't have that conflict of interest, and you can still make revenue 75 basis points from that referral. So great opportunity to earn in other states as well, or in other situations. Maybe you don't know how to do fix and flip loans, but you have a customer that you want to refer in and still be involved and still make some money on that deal. No problem. We are also all about leads. So if you want to set up your own campaign, Kyle will show you how that works. We're very passionate about that. And if you already have leads, awesome. We'd love to have you. We'll show you how to import those into our system with our Zapier webhook, real quick and easy, make it nice and easy for you guys. And the final thing, no monthly fees, no hidden fees, no fees of any kind. What you see is what you get. We want to make it very simple. Again, myself and Kyle, we come from more of a technology and marketing background and a web-based background. So, the hidden fees and stuff are definitely a no-no in our world. So we want to make it very straightforward and very simple for everybody. Now, if you scroll down here, you guys can check out the video again. We'll post the new video here. If you guys drop off for any reason, go ahead and check it out. But let's get into our compensation plans. So hopefully you guys can see that it barely fits on the screen. But these are the plans that work for our company here. These are basically set up to be the best that we have for what we do here, which is more lead based. So it might be a little bit different than what you're used to, but these are our best options. So the senior loan officer plan, that's the goal, to get everybody to. So let's start over here on the left. Everybody wants to make the most money. So do we, right? So we want to get you guys up to here to our top commission, 250 basis points. That's with some bonuses and stuff. We'll go over that in a second. Our base commission might be a little hard to see here, but that's 200 basis points or 2% commission on the conventional and non-QM. All the stuff we're used to, about 90% of the loans fall under that category. There is a little bit different comp for commercial and HELOCs and things like that. So go ahead and click the button. You can see the full breakdown, but most of what we do are going to be under 200 basis points here once you're a senior. And if you take a company lead, 50-50 split, so 100 basis points or 1% commission on a conventional or non-QM lead, most of what we're used to. So the senior loan officers obviously get everything that's in all these other plans, but the topping on there is that they get access to the best leads, our referral leads. So whenever you have a deal you can't do, maybe it's just a customer that you love to work with, but it's a state you don't have a license, you're going to refer that to a senior loan officer here. So our senior loan officers will receive those referral leads. They're not leads of people saying, hey, I just want some general info. These are going to be leads from your teammates that have already gone through and hopefully already have a relationship with the borrower. And so they're going to be referrals. So those are the best leads you can get. You're going to still have access to all our lead sources, unlimited access to any of those different streams that Kyle's about to show you at our simple 50-50 split. So very simple way to grow your business there. And obviously no restrictions once you're a senior loan officer. And how do you get to the max comp there? We have our monthly bonus. So any revenue over 2 million for the month will get an additional 25 basis points. And for anybody really rocking and rolling out there, we will give a 50 basis point bonus on all production over 5 million in volume. So anybody out there that's already rocking and rolling, has a big book of business, no problem. We don't need to take away from your current book of business, right? We want to make sure we give you bonuses there to give you as much of that back as we can, but we want to add to that and give you some new lead sources to grow your business. And other ways to make more money, you can upgrade to a team leader. So our team leaders help our other loan officers that we're about to go through, our junior loan officers that aren't quite seniors yet, structure their deals. So if you want to help participate with your team and earn extra revenue for that, that's no problem. Or if you want to upgrade to a branch and actually get leads for your team and actually disclose files and actually take it to that next level and run your own team as a branch, you can make more revenue as well. Now, how do you get there? The caveat here, the fine print, you must close 6 loans to get upgraded to senior loan officer. So our company is different. There aren't many companies out there allow you to broker and be a lender in the same day at the same time. So very different. We want to make sure you learn how to do loans with our system, which is unique. And we want to make sure you learn how to do both types of loans. So for your first 6 loans, you're going to be on our regular loan officer plan. So 150 basis points commission on your first 6 deals. So that's 150 basis points or 1.5% commission on the conventional non-QM. That's all the stuff we're used to. And simple 50-50 split. You still have access to company leads for those first 6 deals, no problem. Get those under your belt. And that's 75 basis points or 0.75% commission on those company leads that you take. So for your first 6 deals, you'll still have access to unlimited leads in our lead system, which Kyle will show you. You'll have access to our good leads, right? The live click to claim, which Kyle will show you how those come in live every single day. You'll still have the ability to refer deals to senior LOs. So a lead comes in that's outside your state, no problem. You can still make some revenue on that, referring that to a senior loan officer. And we are licensed in 24 states for primary and second homes. So those are the licenses that you would need to get in MLS. And as we mentioned, we can do 44 total. So there's 20 additional states we can do our business purpose Dscr loans in without having to get a license in an MLS. So great opportunity there to, again, expand your business without necessarily having to expand your license. And of course, when you're a loan officer, you're paid via W-2. So all our loan officers are paid via W-2. And to stay on this plan, you need to be doing 1 loan per month. You need to be full-time, right? Loan officer needs to be full-time, 1 loan per month. Obviously, that's probably the minimum to be full-time. You need to make money, obviously, to live. So we want to make sure that you're full-time here and you're upgraded within 6 months to a senior loan officer and rocking and rolling. Now, if there's any reason that you're not full-time or any reason you can't meet the 1 loan per month, usually that means you're not full-time, no problem. We have the plan for you. That's our junior loan officer plan here. So junior loan officers don't have to be full-time, don't have to meet those minimum production requirements, and still make great commission here. You still need to be licensed, obviously, because anytime you're making basis points, you need to be licensed. So you're still going to make 75 basis points, and that's to refer those deals to senior loan officers. So you're not going to actually do any deals yourself. You're going to be licensed. You can still make some great revenue. 75 basis points is more than most call center type lenders offer anyway. But you're just going to be referring those deals to senior loan officers. You're still going to have access to the CRM, POS, LOS, all that great stuff, your website. You're going to have access to our leads and our auto dialer, which Kyle will show you here in a minute. The whole goal, of course, is to refer deals to the senior LO. So you don't have to know what to do, how to do it, when to do it. You don't have to sign that loan application, sign your life away, and the legal responsibility that comes with that. And of course, no minimum production. And since you're not full-time and you're not actually a loan officer, as far as signing the loan application, you can be paid via 1099. So that's a great option for, again, for people that are more part-time. When you're ready to jump in full-time and do those loans and sign those loan apps, no problem. You can upgrade to loan officer when you're ready. But until you're ready to go full-time, until you're ready to meet that 1 loan per month, this would be the plan for you. Make it nice and simple. Maybe you have family and friends. Maybe you're a realtor that does this part-time to supplement your income. No problem. Stick on this plan. That way you don't have to, be a expert on the loans. You work with a teammate that is an expert on the loan, and you be the expert with your client. So you can earn while you learn, right? So most people want to start at this, get their feet underneath them, learn a little bit, still make some great commission. And then when you're ready, go ahead and jump up to the loan officer plan and take on that responsibility. So that's basically it for our plans. What I'd like to do now is pass it over to Kyle, who can actually show you the software behind the scenes and give a little demo of actually how it works. So you ready, Kyle?
Yep, absolutely. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. And so when you come on board, of course, we'll do a full training on this, but I just want to point out some things here about the actual CRM here. So we have a full CRM, just like any other CRM, where you take your notes and send your emails and texts, and they stack up down here in chronological order, and you can set reminder tasks for yourself, and you can set people on action plans, automated drip campaigns to automatically text them and email them on your behalf, all that kind of good stuff, right? But what really starts to set our system apart here is our quoting system. So using this system, you can type in just 6 pieces of info without pulling credit or doing anything like that. You can click one button here, which is going to pull up our API through Optimal Blue to pull up all of our different rate choices for the different programs from all of our different investors for that scenario. Within 2 minutes, you can click a button that sends the email and the text to the client with a nice quote that looks like this. Right? It gives them their rate choices here. They can scroll over these things, see what they mean. It pulls in the Google map automatically, the Zestimate automatically, the proposed loan info here, the monthly breakdown of the taxes and insurance, the estimated lender fees. And of course, you here as the loan originator, this would be you. And you can also attach your realtor partners to this. Now, your realtor partners absolutely love this, right? Because a realtor knows if they give you a client, if they refer you a deal, they know not only can you quote their client within a few minutes with this nice quoting system, but you're going to attach them to it so that they stay updated on what's going on. And you're showing their clients, hey, we are your team that's pushing this deal across the finish line. And your realtors absolutely love that, keeping them attached to the deal in front of their client's face. It's an amazing tool to use here. Now, the coolest part about all this is that your client can then click Start My Loan Application, right? Now, what happens is that brings them right to their borrower portal, which looks like this, where they can then start their loan application right here in our system without having to leave. They can fill out their full 1003 application in our system. It's going to prompt them to upload the basic documents that we're going to need. They can see their loan info, the milestone, which is synced to our system. So as our system originates the loan and you do the loan in Encompass, it's going to automatically update them on where the loan is at, and they can communicate with you through here as well. So this is what they see on their end. Once you quote them and they move forward, they can start to fill out their application and upload their documents here in their borrower portal. Now, what you can now see on your end here is that you can also help them fill out their 1003. You can also help them upload the documents that are needed. But most importantly, you can request more documents. So let's say we need 12 months bank statements. You can click a button here and say, I need to request a standard document of 12 months bank statements. Now we're asking them for 12 months bank statements, right? We can also request a whole packet. So let's say, you know what, this came in as a conventional loan, but it's actually going to be a VA loan and they're self-employed. Well, I don't know what documents exactly that I'm going to need for a VA self-employed loan, but the system does. So if I say I'm going to replace that and save changes, now the system's just going to ask for what we need for that type of loan. Now you can also request signatures here with one click. You can say, oh, you know what, I need them to sign this, save changes. Now it's going to prompt them to log into their borrower portal, and it's going to have them sign that. And it's with the click of a button here, they're able to sign it, and it just pops right up in our system. They do not need to leave our website. The e-sign is built in to our system, just like everything else. You can also request custom documents, anything that the underwriter may have asked for or something like that, right? So basically, you have everything here at your control. Now, once your client fills out their full 1003 application, they also give permission to pull credit. Once they submit that final application, we pull credit instantly and automatically, and we pay for it, right? So your client doesn't need to pay for it up front. You don't need to pay for the credit pull. We pay for the credit pull instantly, automatically. So that way, when you come here and go to your Encompass API tab, with the click of a button, you're going to pull it up. The whole 1003 is already going to be in here, and the credit is already going to be pulled into here. So with the click of a button, you can now originate the whole loan here in Encompass. And again, like Nick said, yes, we're using Encompass, but you're not actually logging into Encompass. You're doing it from our portal here where everything is integrated with the API. So notice it's quicker, right? It's not the slow version of Encompass that you're used to, right? So everything is here in our system. Now, once you're actually originated the loan, you've disclosed it, it's in underwriting. Now you're going to start to get your actual conditions here in our system. So these required documents, there'll be another section here that says the conditions for underwriting, and you're going to get notified of the condition. You can come in here and you can either upload that condition or you can dispute that condition. So everything happens here in this one system from start to finish. We also have our processor assist button here where you can order VOE, VOA, VOI, you can lock loans, you can cancel loans, file COCs, request title, request insurance, all here at the click of a button. So you see here, this is how we can take a person from being just a lead, just a name, email, phone number, all the way to contacting them, quoting them, gathering their 1003 and their documents and their credit, originating the loan, processing the loan, and uploading conditions, and doing the entire loan here in our system from start to finish. Now, let's talk about where the leads actually come from in the first place. So we can do these loans start to finish once they come in, but let's talk about where they're coming in the first place. Now, there's multiple ways that we provide you with leads. Now, the first way, first and foremost, is our click to claim leads. They're going to come in via text to your phone every day. So our Facebook campaigns that we have going, we're advertising programs. I'll let Nick talk about the type of programs we're advertising later. People are clicking on those ads. You get a text message that second. Okay, so you're going to get text messages all day when people are clicking our ads. So you can claim the lead and call them that second, right? That's the first and foremost way that we are providing you with leads. Another way that we provide you with leads is through our auto dialer. So here in our system, we have an auto dialer. You can call 300, 400, 500 people in a day using our auto dialer. Just have your headphones on. You can press one button to drop an automated text and email to them and keep moving on to the next call. And we have lists in here for you to call constantly. So notice, not only do we have, leads that are coming in here from our campaigns, but we also have cold call lists. We also have realtor lists. We also have different types of lists in here for you to call. So there's thousands of leads in here for you to call at any given time, always there in the auto dialer. You can call hundreds of people in a day, pick up your phone once, put your headset on, and you're off to the races and clicking one button to drop automated text and email. So that's another way that we provide leads for you here in our system, is with the auto dialer. Another way that you can work leads here in our system is you can have us manage a campaign for you. So the same leads that we're giving you from our campaigns that we're spending money on, we can copy those same campaigns that we have dialed in, that we know work, that we know get leads that close. We can take those same campaigns, copy them, and put your budget on them. We can route those leads only to you, and there is no lead split on them. So I love to use this example here. One of our loan officers, Nicole, she purchased a lead campaign for us to manage. So she had us copy one of our lead campaigns. We put her budget on it. That way those leads went to her, marked to not have a lead split on them. Now, she closed her first loan ever as a loan officer with us. It was denied at another lender. She brought it here. Jose helped her structure it into a profit and loss statement loan. They were trying to do conventional. She closed her first loan ever, $1,050,000 loan. So her first commission ever as a loan officer was a $16,000 commission. Now, it was from one of the leads from our Facebook campaigns, but it was from one of the ones that she put a budget on. So it was her lead that she purchased. So she saved $8,000 on that commission. So her first $16,000 commission as a loan officer, which is insane, ended up, she saved $8,000 because she bought the lead. It was one of our leads from our campaigns, but it was one that she bought as opposed to one of the ones that we paid for. So definitely important. Boost your pipeline even more, right? We know these leads close. That's why we pay for them and give them to you. And we're going to give you leads all day, but you can also purchase your own leads and have us copy our campaign and route those directly to you so that there is no lead split. Now, another way to work leads here in our system is to import them from anywhere else you may purchase leads. So if you already purchased leads from, Zillow or Lending Tree or Free Rate Update or something like that, you can use your webhook here that we give you. You all have your custom webhook here to bring them into our system in real time. So that way they're in your CRM and you can call them and quote them and all that, right? So you use this webhook wherever you're buying leads from. They're going to instantly be imported into our CRM. You're going to receive a notification from our CRM that you have a new lead. That way you can call them and quote them and gather the documents and all that kind of stuff, right? Just like any other lead. So we give you your webhook and your instructions here on how to bring leads in real time from anywhere else that you want to get leads, right? So whether they're leads that we give you on a 50-50 split, or they're leads that you purchase and you want us to manage your campaign, or they're leads that you purchase from somewhere else, either way, they're all linked here into the system instantly so that you can work them, right away. So tons of different ways here that we provide you with leads, and tons of ways that we provide you to work leads here in the system. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send it over to Nick here to talk about the type of leads we get and why. So as Nick said, we come from more of a marketing background, and Nick is kind of the marketing person. He's the lead guy. So he is certified by Facebook as a digital marketing associate. He's certified by Facebook as a media planning professional. He's certified by Google as a Google Ad search specialist, and has been doing digital marketing for almost 20 years. So I'm going to let him talk about the type of leads we get and why. And then Jose will talk about how this all actually comes together to equal closed loans. And then after that, we'll open it up to questions. So go ahead, Nick. Let's talk about the type of leads we advertise for and why.
Sure. So whenever we do a campaign, whether it's for us or someone else that we're helping out, we want to make sure we do something unique, right? So when we started this a little over 4 years ago, started to build our team out, we wanted to do something different and unique, and obviously not do what everybody else does, right? So all the big box retailers that are doing conventional refis and spending, billions with a B on those types of ads, and then reducing your guys' commission, the loan officer's commission, to zero, right? So they can do a high volume type of operation. That was obviously what we didn't do, right? And that obviously failed. And some of you probably unfortunately lost your jobs, or somebody that lost their jobs because their shops were set up for that type of environment, which was fake, right? That was a whole fake fluke for the last couple of years. That's not real. So what we want to do was something that was real, sustainable in a real business, and do exactly the opposite. So instead of advertising to, the easy, vanilla, high credit refi situation, we want to do the exact opposite. We want to advertise to the customers that are neglected and underserved from the big box retailers, the self-employed borrowers who were denied, that may need a bank statement loan, or may just had a rough go at it where the LO at the big box retailer doesn't know how to do self-employed income, or the investors that don't actually have a job, a W-2 income, and can't usually qualify for a conventional, or anybody who is not being served by your typical big box retailer. Those are the people we want to help. So we want to advertise to those people. We want to advertise the programs that work for those customers, which are the non-QM programs, the bank statement programs, the CDFI programs, the investor programs, the Dscr programs, all the programs that hit those notes that are totally different than what the big box guys do to get those customers to react. Now, when a customer clicks those ads and says, hey, yes, bank statement loan, I got denied from a big box retailer, I need a bank statement loan, probably, yes, click that. We're still going to analyze their income. So while I want to teach you guys how to do their bank statement income, no matter what someone clicks, when we get their income, we're going to look at their tax returns, and we're going to see if they qualify for VA, USDA, FHA, conventional, full doc, just because another big box retailer maybe didn't know how to do self-employed income. So we want to make sure we take the proper look at it from the start, and then obviously back it up with teaching you guys how to do the non-QM stuff for bank statements if that's required, and then having the best programs for that. So we want to make sure we advertise something unique to get people in the door, but we still do our job as MLOs, and we still do agency loans, government loans, all that kind of great stuff if they qualify. And we want to teach you guys how to properly analyze them so that they still get the best benefit. So they'll click an ad that may be special, but we'll still treat them just like every client, make sure they get the best benefit. And if they don't qualify conventional or government, now we have all the amazing non-QM programs, which we went over. We have every program under the sun, whether it be a bank statement, or they need to go P&L or 1099 or CDFI no ratio, whatever needs to happen to that deal, we want to make sure we have those programs. And of course, we don't discriminate as far as tell you guys, steer you guys in one direction or the other. Once you've established what that income is and what the program we need to do is, if a broker shop, a broker outlet has the best pricing on that deal, that's what we'll give to our customer. If our non-delegated correspondent, which is more likely if it's a standard program, has the best pricing, that's what we want to make sure we have available to your guys' clients. So we want to make sure we do our proper analysis, we get them in the door with what they may think they need, but we analyze them proper and we connect them with the program that actually works best for them to give them the best benefit. And of course, teach you guys how to do that all along the way. So our goal is totally different focus than the big box retailers out there. It's a sustainable model. It is something that's different, something that's unique. And we still do agency loans, we still do government loans, but we typically advertise to something that makes us special and unique, which is really our non-QM stuff. And we've been doing that for a long time. And obviously we've constantly been growing rather than a lot of companies can, have big ups and downs. We want to have something that's sustainable and gives you guys, a leg up and basically allows you guys to be consultants rather than just refi bots, as Jose likes to say at some of the other shops with, the different type of operation there. So we want to make sure we do something different and unique, and we back it up with all of the products and, advice that we teach you guys how to do. So hopefully that covers it for you, Kyle.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to go over again, remember, we have everything under the sun. So from conventional to FHA, VA, USDA to, obviously our favorite product is Dscr, working with investors, to, all the bank statement, foreign national, asset utilization, commercial, ground up construction, fix and flip, reverse, land. If it's out there, we have it or we'll get it. So with that being said, last thing here before we open it up to questions is we will have Jose, our sales manager, 27 years of experience as a loan officer and a realtor, talk about how this all kind of comes together here to actually close loans and the type of support that we have here at the Mortgage Calculator. So go ahead, Jose.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us for our webinar. Hope to have you all on board soon. So you've heard about all the great technology that we have, which it is proprietary and it is included, right? There's no additional tech fee ever at the Mortgage Calculator, no weird admin fees either, right? We make money when you close loans. That's it. So we have a vested interest in you closing loans as soon as possible. We want you to get traction as soon as you finish your training. So Kyle did touch on Nicole, who was one of our brand new MLOs, who, due to the different multiple layers of support that we have, she was able to close a very difficult profit and loss loan in only 21 days, including an appraisal transfer. Now, mind you, she didn't know she was going to close a P&L loan. She received this file. It was denied by another lender. The borrower came to her through her lead pack and basically tried to, force the same square peg through the round hole that they were trying to do at the other outlet, which is what got it denied. They were trying to do full doc. So once we analyzed the tax returns, we analyzed the bank statements, we realized that the only route that this loan could go was P&L. So we proceeded to help her with our structure meetings and multiple meetings after that to walk her through the whole process, which is the only way she would have been able to close this loan, much less in 21 days. So great leads that we got, right? Great technology, but you need to know what to do when you get those quotes accepted and when you get those loan applications submitted. And that's where all the tech definitely comes into shine. Immediately when somebody accepts the quote and starts their loan application, you get the email, your team leader gets the email, management gets the email, and everybody's immediately emailing you in case you missed that email to, hey, you got this application in the system, how can we assist? Right there's a link when you do get that email for you to set up a meeting with your team leader to go over the structure of the loan. So you obviously you have your team leader, you have our Zoom support room, which is staffed by in-house processors until 7 p.m. on work days. So you can pop in there for a quick session. If you don't want to wait for a meeting with your team leader, if you don't want to wait for the meeting with one of us, then you could go into the Zoom room. They can usually assist you, credentials, issues logging into Encompass, whatever it may be. they can try to assist you. They are also experienced as MLOs as well. Then you have your team leader, like I mentioned, who's going to meet with you to help you with the structure on your loans. You have the file disclosure desk, which is going to review your file with you on the non-delegated files, which are the ones that we disclose in-house when we're the lender. We will review that file with you as a last quality control check, make sure everything is good, and if all of the boxes are checked, quote unquote, then we're going to disclose your file right there before we finish the meeting. You'll get the file emailed for your signature. You'll call the customer to sign, and then the loan will be on its way. Once that does occur, the file is transferred to our intake department, which completes all the intake on the file. Then it is then transferred to our pre-underwriting department. I would say that's our underwriting support team, where we have delegated underwriters, even though we're not delegated in our underwriting, but they are delegated underwriters with experience that will review your file, scrub it, and then send you and put into the system, into the CRM system, preliminary conditions, and then your file will be uploaded and submitted to the investor portal of your choice, the one that you listed on the application, if it's a non-delegated file where we are the lender. If it is a brokered file where we are not the lender, but we're the broker, then we obviously do not disclose those files in-house, but the file will be reviewed by you and your team leader to make sure everything is in line and proper, and then you will go get that file disclosed. Now, we do have third-party processors that you can use for your brokered files. It is not a requirement though, so that's pretty cool, because most companies, they may require you to use the processor, which is an additional expense. So you do understand, if you're competing out there and you want to have a little bit of a competitive edge and you don't mind being like I like being hands-on in my business, then you can choose to process a file and save your customer $700, $800, $900, $1,000, sometimes even $1,200, $1,300 if it's a more complicated non-QM file where the processing could be more expensive. So we do give you choices to use a third-party processor or not use a third-party processor. That could be the dividing line between getting the deal and not getting the deal, where you're going to be that much more competitive on your cost than the competitor, no pun intended, and then you're going to get the deal. So we do like empowering our MLOs. And we think that definitely allows you to convey more what's going on in the deal to your borrowers. You'll be more of a consultant rather than just an application taker, and it definitely will result in more referrals down the line from your customer base. So once that file is approved, the underwriting support team will review the conditions, update the system, and then they will advise you about the conditions which are going to be in the CRM. You don't have to be jumping to different portals. They do that for you. And then everything is synchronized. You get your conditions, you upload them into the CRM, and they will upload it to the investor portal for you and work on clearing the conditions. So our underwriting support team works like a glorified processor, basically. So, they do handle a lot of those things for you. And then you get your clear to close. Click on the request docs button and you're on your way to your closing. I mean, there's a couple more things happen in between that, but we do have the technology, which does definitely help you along the way. So definitely many different ways to obtain support on your loans here at the Mortgage Calculator. Looking forward to having you on board.
All right, I'm gonna go over the next steps here and then we'll open it up to questions. So the next steps for when you are ready to get started are to go ahead and go to the website. Nick, can you drop the website in the chat for me? It's real simple, themortgagecalculator.com/join. And you're going to sign up for the applicable plan, right? The loan officer plan or junior loan officer plan. It's going to take you to fill out the initial compensation agreement once you sign up. Now, don't worry, you don't have to sign it right then. It's going to email you a copy, so you have plenty of time. Look it over. But once you sign that initial comp agreement, that is when we'll reach out with all of the next steps. That way, that's when we'll reach out with the official employment agreements and compliance manual and getting your ID documents for employment, sponsoring your license and all that. So it all starts with signing up for the proper plan here and signing that initial compensation agreement that it's going to send you. Once you sign that, that's going to kick off the rest of the next steps. All right, with that being said, Nick, we can go ahead and stop recording then, and we can get into the questions. So